Happy birthday, Canada, and welcome to Canuck Whiskey. We've brought you a gem of a whiskey. It is called Reifel Rye. In this week, we're going to be celebrating Canada. We're going to be celebrating amazing whiskeys that come from Canada. The best part is Alberta is a gold mine for amazing whiskeys, and this Reifel Rye comes from Alberta Distillers, which is obviously conveniently located in Alberta in Calgary, Canada. And this is a phenomenal rye.
I'm looking forward to trying this whiskey. I haven't tried much rye before.
Okay.
So I'm very excited to see how this comes out.
I am equally excited. I've had Canadian Club ryes. I have had a few other ryes, maybe made in America, but I have not had this one. I'm thoroughly excited, and this is very conveniently available coast to coast. It is very affordable. In this video, we're going to talk about the tasting notes, the nosing notes, the pricing, availability, and who makes it, why is it called Reifel Rye, all those interesting things, and some facts. So, my brother, are you excited?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go. Let's start the review. So this amazing rye whiskey comes from Alberta Distillers, from the Rocky Mountains itself, from Calgary, Canada. And I love the fact that around the neck, they have the whole mountain range depicted. As I said, it looks beautiful. It's pleasing to the eye. Very clean, very classy bottle. I'm excited.
I hope it takes us to the Rocky Mountains.
Well, you know what? Let's see the cork first.
Wow.
Very nice. It's not a natural cork, but it's a plasticky one, but at least the topper is wood. And I'm glad actually that it's not cork. We've had some bad experiences with cork breakage. At least if you don't finish it in time, and if it sits in the back of the shelf, at least you won't be worried about breaking the corks.
Okay, good to
And
know.
the best part is you're not breaking the corks and you're not breaking the bank. We'll get to that in a second. Let me pour it in your glass, brother.
Thank you. While you're pouring yours there, very dark amber color, slight golden touch to it, but more towards the red side that I see here.
You're absolutely right. I completely agree. It's not the light yellowish golden hue we get. It has a dark amber tinge to it, more on the reddish hue, reddish side of things. Maybe it is from our beautiful flag behind us. It's possible, but then again, I highly doubt it. I think given that it is part of the Canadian 9.09% rule, and we'll definitely get to that. I think that might be the reason why it's lending towards the reddish hue on it.
Okay.
But before we go any further, the name Reifel, it's a synonym when it comes to Canadian whiskey. It's not the gun rifle or rifle gun if you're thinking. It is named after Mr. George Reifel, who was the first master distiller at Alberta Distilleries, and it's produced and made in his honor. A gem of a person worthy of the honor, and he's made some amazing whiskeys. But coming back to the color, yes, it is definitely on the reddish side of things. 42% ABV, very sticky, very long legs. It's stuck to the glass, edge to edge, just like our strong country, coast to coast.
Yes.
It's very well covered. And this beautiful whiskey looks rich, looks bold, just like Mr. George Reifel himself. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Let's go nose it.
Wow.
Wow. It doesn't nose like a normal rye.
For me, it's a bit of toffee, also a dark chocolate with sea salt or a salted caramel type of
That
vibes.
is amazing. I completely agree with you. I'm definitely getting that caramelized sugars, like more like creme brulee, that burnt sugar feel. And I completely agree with when you said the salted caramel, the chocolate. I was imagining something, salty, sweet, and savory, and you nailed it.
Yeah, I'm also getting a bit of dry fruits with this as well.
Definitely. And you know what? And I think I know the reason why we're getting those rummy, raisiny notes. Before we go any further, let's talk about the whiskey fact of the week. And we've hinted towards it, gave it a little hint, that Canada has an amazing law that's 9.09%. Basically, that means for a whiskey or a product to be called Canadian, it has to be 91% homegrown, has to be aged here. But the remaining 9% can be an aged spirit from any part of the world. So this beautiful rye has 6% bourbon and 3% fortified wine, a aged sherry.
Wow.
Hence we were getting those fermented fruit notes, those dark fruits, because of that aged sherry. And obviously it is going harmoniously well with that bourbon. And there's a lot of online chatter comparing this beautiful Reifel Rye to the Alberta Premium's Dark Horse. I used to have a few bottles, I gifted them all. Unfortunately, that was long before I knew it was gonna get discontinued and very long before we had this channel. So every time I hear the word Dark Horse, I kick myself why I did that. I don't know. I mean, hopefully my friends got to enjoy it, But I'm gonna try and bring back some of those good memories from the Dark Horse era.
I was gonna say that. Let's hope that in your review at the end, that brings you the memories.
Well, it was a while back, so I don't highly doubt that I'm gonna remember anything. But you know what? Let's try.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow.
This is beautiful.
This is amazing.
I don't think I've had a rye whiskey this smooth, and holy smokes, you were liking it a wee bit too much.
I was like, let me get a second taste.
Okay.
Again, my first time to try rye.
Yeah.
But it definitely is different from the nosing to the tasting. I have more cinnamon notes, more spicy, peppery notes.
I completely agree with you. It definitely plays on that rye spiciness. It's got that cinnamon. It has that clove. Definitely the black pepper is there. But I love the finish because it's all red wine cask.
Yes.
It's all sherry cask. Definitely those dry fruits, sun-dried fruits. Those raisins are here. It is phenomenal. So smooth.
With the aftertaste, I don't know if you had this, but I have a bit of dark chocolate aftertaste to this and a little bit of vanilla as well. So it combines really well with the sweet and the peppery tasting notes with this.
I completely agree with you. Like the dark chocolate for the sherry cask finish, that influence is definitely very prominent. The rye spiciness is definitely there. That salted caramel briny note that you were talking about, and the finish is warm and lingering, and it goes for miles.
I can still feel the aftertaste to it. It goes definitely goes for miles. Definitely goes to the Rocky Mountains and come back.
Oh yeah, and it is sprinting there. Those horses are running to the Rocky Mountains and coming back, and it's definitely making me feel the warmth from all the hard work those horses have done. So it's really, really nice, really, really smooth. Let me quickly talk about the price. It is available coast to coast at varied prices. In Alberta, you can get it for $35. Everywhere else, it's between $40 to $45.
Wow.
And in US, you can get it for $35 USD.
That is so reasonable. You can't go wrong with
Not
this.
at all. For a beautiful rye that represents our country so well, it packs a punch at 42% for $45. And obviously in Alberta, where it's made, $35, which is fair, I guess, less transportation. It is definitely worth it. If you're in Canada, you owe it to yourself to definitely come and grab this from your nearest liquor store. And if you have friends and family living abroad, make sure you bug them. Make sure you ask for this whiskey. Ask them to grab you one of these. It is definitely Canada in a bottle.
I can definitely see why everyone mentions Alberta up there for Canadian whiskeys.
Yes.
Again, this may be my first time trying Alberta whiskey, and it's definitely interesting.
It is definitely up there, and it's worth it. Literally, I mean, I understand we said that it's creme brulee, the caramel. Like, you know what? Honestly, if you called it maple syrup, I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
This is literally Canada in a bottle. It's sweet, spicy, well-behaved, well-mannered, well-cultured. Before we dwell on this beautiful, amazing rye any further, what should we put in it?
I think just
ice or water?
I would go with ice, just based on Canada's weather. And,
you want to make sure that we bring Rocky Mountain in the glass.
Yes.
So you want the ice. Cheers, guys. Thank you for tuning in and joining us and celebrating Canada's birthday. As I said, this is literally Canada in a glass. It's a hot summer day, and Simi wanted to make sure that we feel that we're right at the mountain. So we just added 2 cubes of ice just to bring the temperature down a little bit.
Yeah.
Make it even more amazing and exciting. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that what ice does. Obviously, it's going to make it cooler to drink and easier to sip. But what difference does it do to the taste?
I'm curious to see if it's going to have more sweety notes to it, or tasting notes.
Really? I am thinking that it might dwell on the earthy rye notes, the herbal notes, and maybe if the pepperiness goes down, I'm excited. Let's go.
Let's go. Cheers.
Let's try it. On the nose, still the same for me.
Still the same, yeah. Wow.
Yes. It definitely accentuated those earthy herbal notes.
You were right. You were right. And it really calmed down the lingering aftertaste as well.
Yes,
with the ice.
absolutely.
Smooths it even more. It's already, don't get me wrong, very smooth rye.
Oh yeah.
But it makes it even more smoother, which is amazing.
I completely agree. It has that honey. It has vanilla. It still has caramelized sugar.
Kunal, I'm getting a tasting note of sweet bread.
I actually agree with you. I just can't figure out if it is rye bread or cornbread, because I am getting the subtle sweetness. It is definitely buttery smooth. It is velvety. I just can't figure out if it's corn or rye. But this is definitely deserves a spot. Definitely is worthy of being part of Canada's birthday celebration. I am thoroughly impressed by this rye. It is definitely putting us up on the map. And if you haven't tried it, please go grab it. It is definitely worth it, and it's very affordable, and it's fireworks. You know what? I want to continue this celebration.
Yes.
Let's have another sip and then score this beautiful thing. Very smooth.
Very smooth. I'm going to start the scoring.
Let's do it. Go for it.
Based on the affordability,
Yeah.
and also just based on the different tasting notes that you get to experience, the sweetness, the pepperiness, and everything of that sorts. It gives you a little bit of both. You can enjoy it with ice.
Yeah.
You can enjoy it without ice.
Absolutely.
So therefore, with this, based on the enjoyability that I've had, I will give it an 81.
81? That's a very, very solid score. I sort of kind of agree with what you're saying. It is affordable. It has a wide variety of flavors. It's fruity, floral, giving you the sun-dried fruits, and then after ice with dilution, it gives you that earthy herbal notes, a punchy kick of all the spices. It is a thoroughbred Canadian. It's a thorough, proper rye. I am enjoying it, and you know what? I'm gonna agree with your score. A dead-on 81, just like you. So that's been our time. Hopefully you like this review. If you haven't tried it, you definitely need to go and grab a bottle. It is readily available coast to coast. If you are not in Canada and you're watching us from another beautiful country, ask your Canadian friends. You need this. This is Canada in a bottle. And I think that sums it up for me.
Must
in
have.
this.
Must have.
It is
represents
a must
Canada
have.
very well.
Yeah. Canadian rye, this is number one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is one of the best ryes I've had so far. You know what? That's on that note, I guess. That sums it up. That's been our time. Hopefully you like the review. See you guys soon. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.